Welcome back, everybody, to the Landedkiller show. We are looking at our recent update 12.0. So the game crashed already on me once before, so I'm not too happy about that. So we're just going to go into what the main points are of this update. Airship Escort is back. Tier 8 to Tier 10 ships. Oh, that's good. Good stuff. It's a fun mode. I recommend you try it. Japanese cruisers in the tech tree. Pretty good after Tier 8. Tier 7, not so good. A lot of complaints about that. Shimano, a little better. Takashi, probably good. Yodo, the best. I plan to finish this line eventually. You gotta play it by hiding behind islands and using long range torps. Got a new Commanders collection here. For Commanders House and Bang, you get some containers that you can get from mission chains or by getting it through the Armory tab. Each container has bonuses and other associated rewards and an element of the collection. More rare rewards await you in the premium container. And it looks like all the way in September they'll be available for the Armory and Exchange for Coal. We added the ability to transition to the Armory directly from the collection screen to purchase collection containers as a reworked collections section. That's good. New US Tier 8 to Tier 10 hybrid battleships hit the test. Well, that's good. This being in the battle pass, definitely unexpected. Used to be able to get the Tier 8s for free, as in the case with Cherbourg about 3-4 months ago with the French large cruiser early access. Random bundles again. Ugh, don't really like those. Louisiana will be available to purchase the balloons at the end of a sequential bundle chain, so that'll be good. Final rewards, Commander Statue of Liberty with unique voiceover. You get some bonus patches for Nebraska. Doesn't say anything about bonus patches for Louisiana or Delaware. Those are likely to be in doubloon bundles, if anything, if they are anywhere. New camo looks okay. No problems with it. I think it looks nice. I think that's how they get you to sit there and get the ships early, is by with these camos. Standard camo is fine. You don't need the pretty camo anymore because it's not worth anything anymore. Considering Wargaming took your economic bonuses out of camos almost 6 months ago now. You got your ranked battles here. Tier 6, Tier 8, Tier 9, Tier 10. That'll be good. Brawls. Does not say whether submarines will be included or excluded, so keep that in mind. Got a bunch of buffs for Marlborough, Renown, Buffalo, Dalian, and Sejong, which is good. Looks like super ships have gotten a slight buff. Dutch cruisers have their ASW added. We've made changes to the composition of enemy ships, which is Hermes and Aegis. Okay, that'll be good and welcomed. Hector is added to the game. A decent ship by all accounts. Research period tends to be rather long, so do as you will. These are all in the Lunar New Year event going on now. All these patches anyway. Colossus, Illinois, and Dyson, likely coming within 1 to 2 patches. New community event, Play, Eat, Talk. More details will be released later. Got some new achievements for the different clan battle season, it looks like. And our New Year containers going on now. I think it's weird how you have the 250 doubloons to 1,000 doubloons here. Percent chance goes from 0.9 to 9%, from normal to better. Those ugly mid-autumn festival permanent camouflages have been updated, thankfully. Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. It's like our Pan American line has been added to the game along with Colossus and Dyson, so that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Journey to the West updated. Free XP compensation on doubloons, keep that in mind. Air supply premium container, only one where you get a decent amount of doubloons. Aquila and Saipan, not the best ships, otherwise the rest of the ships on here, pretty decent. This isn't Voyage's containers because nobody was buying them anymore because they took the economic bonuses away. Now they've changed it to drop 3 items to make it more valuable again. Okay. In May's update of the game, these ships listed here will no longer be available for the tech tree for free XP. They'll still be in the army for coal. Other changes. They fixed a bunch of bugs. Memory of updates has changed. Moving of flags is more realistic. They fixed the Japanese cruisers so that they have 2 depth charge air flights now. Depth airstrikes. So they did some small bug fixings there. Okay. The Japanese cruisers, pretty good. See that are more of a historical basis up to Gosaki. After that, they're all, I would say Gosaki was a blueprint, and everything afterwards is more war gamified. Takashi, Yodo. So, without further ado, let's take Colorado out for a spin because, okay, let's go and backtrack a little bit. Did I get the premium battle pass? Yes, because eventually I do want to get Nebraska. Let's take a look at Nebraska, since it's the only one I probably can look at right now. Got some decent guns up here. Got 6. It's got its HE bombers back here. Dive bombers. Artillery looks like it reloads in decent time. Got depth charge airstrike. Got the dotless bombers. Oh, it's not bad damage, 7,300. Let's take a look at our tech tree, see if we can see anything different. Okay, they did put them in the tech tree, okay. Looks like they're all coming off of Colorado. Delaware by far looks to be unique with the dual gun turret in the back. Helldiver bombers. I think these designs would have actually went into production had World War II actually progressed longer, in all honesty. I don't see why they wouldn't do them. The only reason why they didn't do designs like these in real life was because of cost concerns, but if the war had still been ongoing, I guarantee you 1 or 2 of these designs actually probably would have been built. But more along the lines of Nebraska, not with having a gun turret in the back. It would be full flight deck in the back. It wouldn't be chopped off like it is here. It'd be a full flight deck in the back with the 2 gun turrets up here. That's how I think they would have done it. The reason why you don't see no early access event live now is because they're waiting so you can go buy the Lunar New Year stuff. There's probably going to be an auction next week is my imagining, or another Lunar New Year type of event, which is why it's not taking place next week. Can we just think for a moment and be like, can we just like all agree on something, that there's like way too many lines coming off Colorado now, and that there should have been a tier 7 ship for these guys? Am I the only one who doesn't think that? I'm just saying. I would imagine that there's going to be a Cleveland, there's going to be another hybrid line of hybrid aircraft cruisers starting with Cleveland, and it's going to probably be a side grade, and it's going to go right here is my guess. We have yet to see that though, because there was designs with half of this with all this back here all chopped off and this all being a flight deck. Now in real life we did have the Independence, I believe it was the Independence class aircraft carriers, and they took all this off and put full on flight deck. The Americans do have some hybrid cruiser designs. The Japanese were the ones that were actually trying to build hybrid cruiser designs, as was the plan with Ibuki. Ibuki was not supposed to look. Ibuki would not have been completed like this had it been completed. It would have been more of a hybrid type ship or a full-on aircraft carrier, one of the two. But Japan got hit with the nuke, and that's the end of that story. Granted, do I think that this ship looks nice? Yes, I do. I do. Now I can finally start grinding for Yodo without there being early access nonsense in the way. I just can't wait to get my hands on the ship. It's like a bigger Atago in some senses, like an Atago that was made a light cruiser. Probably one of the few lines I actually want to sit there and grind out. Without further ado, let's go back to Colorado and take it out for a spin. You're probably being like, Landed, why haven't you uploaded a lot of videos recently? And the answer is really simple. I've been battling the C virus and I've just been trying to live life one day at a time. And this is not the first time recording this video. First time when I recorded this, the actual video was already at 21 minutes when the game decided to crap out on me. So I'm hoping it holds together. I've been hearing issues of patch 12.0 with the game crashing and stuff. So having it happen to me, I'm not surprised. Might be other people still having this issue and all that. A lot of stuff going on, you know, with this game. You can only do so much. You can only keep up with so many things going on in this game, you know. I'm hoping this year's a little quieter when it comes to massive game changes, but I may be wrong. Typically, when Wargaming does some massive change to the game, it happens around summer. So we're gonna have to wait until we get details of the summer updates before we'll know for sure what's going on. Now, granted, we haven't had a waterline video or any kind of future development videos up since a long time ago. It's gotta have at least been a couple months now. They owe us another video telling us what exactly we're gonna do. We already know we're gonna get the Pan American cruiser line, light cruiser line, some historical ships, mostly American designs, modified. Then we're gonna get European destroyers. I'm pretty sure it's a guarantee. We already know that British subs are on the table, and we knew that Russian subs were in testing at one point, so I'm pretty sure we're going to have Russian submarines some point this year. Beyond that, I really don't know. It's really up in the air, because we'll be doing the British submarines after the American early access. American early access for the battleships will probably last at least 2 updates. And then the British early access probably last the same period. So probably March or May we'll start getting some actual early access going for the Pan American cruisers, is my guess. I wouldn't expect them before March or April at this point. I must say we definitely could use some updates when it comes to their future plans, because it has been a while since we really have gotten anything fleshed out. Now I imagine the next update that they do put out is going to give us details on what's going on for summer, which is what we really want to know, because that's usually when they do their big changes to the game. Usually year after year, the big changes normally happen in summer to autumn. Around that time is when they do big changes. I'm hoping that they don't do anything silly and that The worst we get is more super ship announcements. My guess is that the super ships, only getting them for credits, is going to change at some point in the future, and it's going to come down with an XP wall eventually. It's going to be like, you had your time to get these ships, yada, yada, yada. Now we're going to make you go grind XP for them. Credit cost will most likely stay the same, but they're probably going to slap on an XP wall at some point once enough of them are actually in the game. Have I been a big fan of super ships? Not really. I've kind of only got them because of clan events and stuff, and I do enjoy taking out Portray and Claw Switch at least, because those ships are at least normal tier 11s. I don't really feel that super ship is the right term to describe them anymore, because they're pretty much already tier 11 in all but name at this point. And I feel that eventually, oh, look at that, I took them out pretty quick. Eventually, they're just going to be called tier 11. They're going to drop the super ship nonsense eventually once enough of them are in the game. That's what I think is going to happen eventually. Do I think that there's going to be any major changes to the game this year? I bet you there's going to be another major change again this year. I don't know what form it's going to take, but usually wargaming messes with something, whether it be equipment or skills, something along those lines. I have heard of something called experimental equipment and roll of tanks. I'm going to have to look more into it, but it might be worth checking out in case they do something similar for ships at this point. I think that we definitely got a long ways to go with getting our content to be more consistent again on the channel. I'm going to try to work on that. It's going to require me shuffling around a couple of things, but I'm going to try to find a way to make it work so we get more videos out on the channel. I don't think we'll be a daily video channel like Mountbatten is, but we'll try to get content out more often. Probably, I'm going to try to shoot for at least 2 videos a week again at this point. I'm at least going to start with that starting point and go from there. So, until next time, I think update 12.0 seems like a decent update, but I already had a crash myself when I was recording the first time for this video, so be wary of crashes. And take care, everyone. I appreciate all the support as always. Channel's officially monetized. Hip hip hooray. I know I should be more enthusiastic. I'm not, because I'm still recovering from COVID. Otherwise, I would be super enthusiastic right now. Don't let my tone of voice lead you the wrong way on that. I am happy that we got here. Now it's just a matter of getting momentum going and getting the channel to grow. And that's the goal for this year, is growth. Growth. That is the goal. So, until next time, don't forget to like, watch, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. And hopefully I don't sound like an old grandpa.